Hello, I'm Nick Tritt. Title of my presentation is 15-Minute Neighborhoods, Improving Environmental Health by Increasing Walkability. The basic background of my project is that more people are living in cities now than ever had before, and that number is increasing, but transit planning has focused on moving as many cars as possible, not necessarily people. So as we can see in figure one, that leaves us with a lot of our pollution coming from transportation, transportation specifically. Um, and also more time in cars leads to human factors such as social isolation, health issues from a sedentary lifestyle with potential weight gain and disease coming from there, as well as other environmental issues. But 15-minute neighborhoods are a plan where we bring amenities to people where they live within a 15-minute walk of their home so that they can do all the things they need to do in life with walking as opposed to dependency on cars. My research question was, how can we implement 15-minute neighborhoods to improve human and environmental health in cities? I interned with Seattle Neighborhood Greenways over the spring, and figure two here shows me in my walkable downtown neighborhood. I live in a 15-minute neighborhood, so this research is important and interesting to me. And the questions I looked at in my methods to how to answer my research question were just looking at, what do people need to walk to? How often do they need to get there? Does a choice matter? Thinking about, one as opposed to three grocery stores, is there a difference there? And how far are they willing to walk? I looked at many academic papers, transit studies, census data, consumer patterns to look for anything to help me find what people are doing on a daily, weekly basis. And I also looked at 15-minute neighborhood plans and any complete neighborhood plan that has an actual municipal plan document that I can look at. In my results, I found that the top amenities are the vital things, such as having parks, green space, shopping, grocery stores, health centers, the things we really need and do more frequently. Then lesser needed amenities are coffee shops, libraries, and getting into more entertainment aspects and restaurants and bars and that kind of thing. Infrastructure improvements, the biggest thing is mixed use development, which brings different types of development such as commercial, residential, recreational spaces in one place so that people can walk to all those instead of having those spread out over the city. Other things that are important are bike lanes, connected pedestrian pathways, and greenway in the form of street trees or urban farms. And those things can help guard against, have some separation from the road to people, which is also important to kind of creating that boundary of pedestrian paths. In my summary of findings, aside from mixed use development, having complete neighborhoods in all having complete sidewalk connectivity in all neighborhoods is important so that we have an element of equity there. And we're not just looking at one demographic of people. And also as shown in figure 5 here, this Pioneer Square Street, we want to have aesthetically pleasing streets with different things going on. Something interesting. We see some old architecture there. We have some greenery and a little bit of biodiversity. And a lot of people there in that bustling street. So you want to have some character and aesthetics as well as just a functionally walkable city. Some social significance is that when we increase walkability, we get more equity, safety, social connections, and health opportunities in our neighborhoods. Some next steps would be surveying Seattleites directly for their needs and challenges of walkability in specific neighborhoods, as well as looking at a heat map of socioeconomic factors. Some environmental significance is that we decrease air and noise pollution in cities and also decrease our contribution to greenhouse gases advancing climate change. Economic factors are that people will save money by not having to put money into transit costs, and also have a vital economy locally when they're putting money back into their own neighborhoods. So I'd like to thank Seattle Neighborhood Greenways for having me on in the spring, the whole team there, and my site supervisor, Gordon Padelford, also my faculty advisor, Julie Johnson, and my entire autumn 2020 cohort. If you have any questions, I can be reached at my Twitter handle @NickTritt1. And thank you so much for joining me.